This holiday season, kids will be getting new computers, phones, iPads, and smart toys, and they'll be spending their winter break online. Well, thanks to the internet, children now have access to a vast amount of information and opportunity to create connections that previous generations didn't. But it also comes with new challenge and questions for families raising that next generation. Well, TikTok's favorite mom, friend, and internet safety guru, Kathy Petraeus, joins us with some advice. Good morning, Kathy. How are you?
Good, great, fantastic. Happy to be here.
Good. All right, let's talk about the survey that they revealed that parents' concerns about kids and online habits and the usage that we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, so the survey was conducted with Firefox and YouGov, and one of the things that stood out to me is that of the parents surveyed, over 1/4 believed that their children didn't know how to protect themselves online. And as you were referencing with the holidays, this is a time where we're going to be gifting connected devices, the tablets, the laptops, the phones. And so it's a really good reminder to take advantage of this time to have these conversations around digital privacy in our homes. And of course, Firefox is a fantastic resource for that.
I like that. Okay, we know families are going to be introducing kids to new devices for the first time. And I know people are kind of worried about the security of these devices and kids going online. What are some things you recommend?
Well, good news, it is very easy, okay? So the first thing you want to do is go through your settings and boost all of your privacy and security settings because, listen, these websites and these apps that we use, they reveal a lot of information about us, our hobbies, our dislikes, our likes, sometimes even our location. So a couple things you want to look out for. Disable location tracking services. If you have an iPhone, use the Ask App Not to Track feature. And also, don't accept the default settings. Don't accept the default browser. Opt for something that is more privacy focused. So Firefox is a fantastic browser. It's available on mobile and desktop, and it blocks ad trackers from sneaking data. It also has total cookie protection on by default, and this is a feature that prevents companies from being able to track your traffic across websites.
So, very important there. Let's talk about the research with, of course, adolescents and social media, and that's one thing that's concerning families and parents, and of course, screen time.
Yeah, so screen time is one of the most concerning factors for parents, and interestingly enough, it's often the topic that brings up this conversation of digital safety within the home. But you might be a little bit relieved to find out that it kind of just gets a bad rap, and it's not really all as bad as it seems, because research during the pandemic identified that screen time and feeling connected digitally was actually really important for young people's mental health and for their sense of connection. So I would say, instead of focusing on the quantity of screen time, focus on the quality. What is it that your family is consuming online? Why are they consuming it? How does it make them feel? It might be an awkward conversation. It might get complex, but that's okay. Talk about it, because that's how you lay that groundwork for, when your families get older and start doing more things online.
Yeah, you said right there, have the talk, which is so important. But there's another thing that's very important, and that is, of course, parent control of, of course, time on those technology that we're getting. So what's some of your recommendations?
Yeah, so there are a ton of features out there. I would say before implementing them in your family, again, make sure that you're having a conversation. Most importantly, you have to talk about why you want to implement these boundaries. And then a couple of things that you might want to do is maybe institute some charging breaks at the end of the day, or whatever time period is right for you. And also potentially disabling the notifications on particularly social media apps. You get that new like, that new follower, and that's what kind of sucks you back into the app. It's not our fault that we're addicted. They are designed to be that way. So there's a couple little settings that you can play with to kind of help manage that. But again, make sure it's a conversation that you're having with your family.
Well, how many times should they have these conversations with the kids?
Oh, I wish I could give you the perfect number that would solve all your problems. But I would say doing it early and often, that's what research has indicated. And again, they're complex. They can be awkward. But, you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. There's a lot of resources out there for you that can help get that jump started, because I know this is a difficult conversation even for adults. So Firefox has an entire website dedicated to the tech talk that has all kinds of resources to get you started.
I like it. And before we wrap up, I do have to ask you, you being the security guru and safety guru, we do have to ask, these new smart toys that people are going to be getting, hooking up to, of course, their Wi-Fi, different systems, what are some things we need to really watch out for?
Listen, with any connected device, there's always going to be a risk. But the same way that you wouldn't give a teenager the keys to a brand new car without teaching them how to manage the risks of the road and the car, it's the same with our connected devices. You just need to teach them how to manage those risks of being online. And a really great tool, in addition to the Firefox Tech Talk website, is the Privacy Not Included guide. So this is a guide that when you're shopping for smart devices, for smart tech, you're downloading apps on your phone, you can go through and kind of take a look at how their privacy terms and conditions are protecting or not protecting your data so that you can make more ethical choices.
I like that. Kathy, where can we find more information about what we've been talking about?
Go to firefox.com/families. That's where you'll find that Tech Talk website. It's got all types of tips and tricks and resources and printouts.
Perfect. Kathy, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.